basket. It's like, let's try to. Yeah, let's try this. All I saw was a lot of places. Oops. A lot of places that I couldn't. A lot of directories there. What's See, I think there's something wrong with my ADB. Like, push seems to be going to a gig or something. I'm not sure that there's anything actually wrong with what we're trying to do. Right? This is where my brain is stuck. If we try to push that surge.
Hello everybody. Sorry, a bit late, but yeah, apologize also if I do look very tired, because it's been a very long day for me today, and what I wanted to try to do is, sorry, maybe the mic is a bit far. Let me just adjust it a bit. Okay, so I'm very excited today. There's a lot of things. Oh man, the day begins. A lot of things happened today, and there was a lot of, I think, streams were going on, and a lot of calls, a lot of meetings. But yeah, it's been a fun day today. So I just like to have a little bit of fun now, maybe a little bit more chill time. So what we're trying to do is just going to take it easy and just relax a bit and see what we can do. So instead of so this is way to sort of de-stress today, I guess. So yeah, my brain's been functioning like 24/7 today. So let me just have a little bit of background music for now. Alright. So okay, what do we have now? Okay, so what we're trying to do is cover a bit of Skillful Builder. So let's have a look at where we are at the moment. So I did a bit of stream on Friday. Sorry, on where was it? Wednesday, where we did a little bit of setup. So maybe I'll pull it out just to show. Make sure that the sound is okay. Yep. Okay. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Okay. Just making sure to find it. So okay, let's have a look where we are. So we want to build a game, but it's quite as I mentioned. Let me pull out. Where is Safari? Safari? Where are you, Safari? There you are. It's on a different screen. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so what we're doing is we're gonna build this thing. What's it called? Space Conquest is the name of the game. Alright. So again, having a look at this, what we're trying to build is a Skillful Builder game. For those of you who do not know, Skillful Builder is just kind of a framework for to build voice games on Alexa. So not necessarily voice game, could be anything, but more about sort of a flow kind of program, a flow kind of app, a voice app. So let's have a look at so to sort of, whenever we want to tackle kind of a very big thing, we need to sort of deconstruct that big goal that we're trying to go and get, and then we want to try to sort of get small pieces or small quick wins in which we want to try to do. So let me just pull out so we're going to use, okay, so there's two portions of it. So one portion is on the Alexa side, we're just going to use Skillful Builder, and then also actually on the Alexa side, actually it might be better if I actually go into the actual, I have set up I think a workspace, which kind of, I think I might need to refactor that actually. I'll try to refactor that. Actually not that, that's the wrong command. So code space conquest workspace. Alright, so I don't know why my mouse, it's a little mouse here, it's just playing out, it's just getting a bit, I think it's too old, it must be like 10 years old, Apple mouse, but I'll probably need a new mouse. It's just when you slide it, I don't know whether it's because my desk is a bit, need a bit of cleanup. Yeah. COVID style. So you don't know whether you can see my my shirt here. It says yeah. Anyway, so let's see. So I've set it up so that there are basically one Space Conquest workspace, but there's the web portion of it, and the web portion of it is let me put a note here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll deploy part here. Let's put it into, I guess could be much well in the ooh, somebody's really speeding the motorbike there. Okay, what should we call this? Whatchamacallit? Let's just have a notes.txt. Okay. Okay, so in fact, I think what we might need to do is maybe I'll do a drive design.drive. So okay. Everything is so laggy. I don't know why. Why is it laggy? What is running? I don't have that many things running. I don't know why it's so laggy. So laggy. Okay. Let's just. So what we want to try to have is on this side is okay. So that's the Alexa skill. Okay. And then on this side we have the web API web page. So we're gonna use here, probably gonna use Phaser 3. Yep. And that doesn't work. That's strange. The copy doesn't work here. Maybe it's a different command. Copy. Paste. Okay. So that's the Alexa skill there. And on this side, so that will be skill popular. Okay, and then we got the user speakers. Customer, end user Alexa speaker. Okay, we won't call it just speakers because it's end user Alexa Echo devices, I guess. End user Echo speakers. Yeah, it is Echo, end user smart speakers. Right. We also got what do we have here? We also got display, right? So we got smart display. Okay. So we got this Phaser there, skills for builder. We got the end user smart speakers, end user smart displays. Okay, so the tough thing that we want to try to do here, okay, I want to try to make it as graphics rich as possible. But the problem we have is some people are not having smart speakers, and we don't want to sort of alienate those people from playing the game. So how do how do you make a game which is real-time, massively multiplayer that is accessible from smart speakers as well as smart display? And how do you keep states between the two so that they don't go out of sync, right? Okay, so of course what we need is sort of a persistent real-time database. Okay, so where does the database? Okay, so the database is there. So we have, okay, let me think. Just thinking how this is gonna be. So there is bi-directional sort of chat between these two, right? So the skillful builder, so the smart speakers then, and the end user display, right? They talk to the mouse so slow? Cut it out. We're going to paste this inside. Okay. Oh, that doesn't work actually. Why? Okay, let's group them together. Kids might be interrupting. Okay, so between the smart speakers and the user, yeah, it's a hey Jojo, yeah, we're doing SFB on the left hand side. Hey, that's my son coming in. Hey Zach, I'm streaming. Zach, I'm streaming. Okay, he just want to try to just read some stuff. Yeah, so we will be going from. Skillful Builder to the web API, and then the problem that I'm facing is how do we keep real-time persistent game on smart speakers that do not have access to web API, because the display is going to be real-time, right? And then synchronization, because we got this real-time web API. So the web API talked to the LSS skill. LSS skills talked back to the web API. Actually, there is actually a one-way kind of stream from here, isn't it, to the smart displays. Actually, I need to ungroup this in. Just need to talk here. So because that's actually the I'm doing what you're doing in WJojo, the initial part where we're talking about stuff is more very design, but I think design is necessary. We need to sort of think about the design at least a bit. So displays are being pushed, display screens or whatever they call it. Yeah, copying you. Well, you seem to be very good in all this Node stuff, so maybe I can learn quite a fair bit from you as well on some of the stuff, because I'm quite I'm not really a good coder. I would say I lose touch for a fair bit already now, and technology has changed. Since last time I used to do a lot of jQuery and stuff. But it's slightly different times now. Anyway, so the Alexa skill will talk to the web API. The web API push the displays back to the smart displays. Now, people who do not have the smart speakers, so all these two guys here will be talking to the Alexa skill just like that. But there's no sort of thing. So we have to build the phaser tree part, and we got to build the skillful builder stuff. So let's take a look at what I have on my skillful builder thing. Actually, we are here already. Okay, so to build a big sort of multiplayer, I was excited when I helped a couple of times with the node debugging on. Yeah. You were doing quite a lot of node debugging just now. That guy is really good. I don't know what's his name, but Jeff's buddy. I learned so much in that stream as well. It's like all the way on which how you can separate out the code, write good codes. I think that's very, very useful. Yeah, I like. I mean, I used to really go into good coding, and I used to mark. When I was lecturing before, I did mark people on their code when I was teaching back in the olden days, I guess. And yeah, to make sure good code is being written and stuff like that. And I used to read, in the universities, people were writing all those software engineering specification, and reading all those documents about good designs and stuff like that. Oh man, those were the days. Anyway, so let's see what we have to do. So to get this what are the different, so like I said just now, we got to sort of piece together into smaller pieces, right? What we want to try to achieve. So what are the concepts that we do not know at the moment, or what I do not know at the moment? So I do not know. Okay, so the stuff that I need to know is Fire. I think we're going to use Firestore or Firebase. Firebase probably. So I'm a little bit rusty in Firestore, Firebase, but what we want to try to do is possibly, right, Firebase will give a state. So I was thinking of making a game where, people who attach a personality to the Alexa skill and then pass any info to the web API. You think? What I want to try to do is not to try to limit everything. So I was thinking, right? Where is my tab? I have a tab somewhere here. I think somebody stole my tab, but I'll have a look. So what I was thinking is maybe, right? Maybe those people who are okay. Now this game itself. Okay, so I was thinking those people who have tab devices, they can, or when I say tab, I'm talking about smart speakers only, no display. They can still interact, right? So the persistent database to the Alexa skill, and then pass any info to the web API. I was thinking the other way, because the web API is the one that is dynamic, but the Alexa skill is not. So I give you an example, right? So let's say let's try to do this. Let's do some proof of concept, right? Let's do some proof of concept. Okay, what? Proof of concept. Okay. Do a simple game or something like that. Game has a state. User game has a sprite on the screen. Game allows user to talk to the sprite and give voice commands. Okay, So the do a simple game. That's what I'm trying to do. So game has a state. Okay, so state will be the sprites, right? So the sprite game has a sprite. Sprite has a state. Okay, and the state is walk left, walk right, go up, go down. So I was thinking like, so on we can, this is just to show to sort of practice how, you know, multiplayer coordination and stuff like that with the server and how we're going to link it up together. So I'm going to just build something which is very simple. It's just a sprite that has a state, right? So when we set the state of the sprite walking left, that sprite is always in that. So it's a finite state machine really on the sprite, right? So the sprite will continue to walk left until such wise where, you know, it interacts with the environment, something happens, or we tell or give a voice commands to say where else we're going to go, right? So now with people who got a web API of the display, it's very easy for them. So we can, game has a sprite on the screen, right? For smart display devices, where they can see what the sprites are doing, right? But so for those of the people with only smart speakers, they are blind. They can either control, so the people who with the smart speakers, they can control their sprite, right? Hey, you know what I can do? We can make use of the web page, right? The website. So the website will be the web page, right? We can even make it overlay in Twitch. So that's right. Let me just put some light here. Better, I think. So they can hey, that'd be super cool. Can all be in the session. It doesn't need to be persisted to a database. Yeah, but the session, the state has to be dynamic. It has to be, can be coming from different devices, coming from different places. So when the Firebase state change, it needs to sort of communicate back to the device. If you use a smart speaker, there's no way Alexa can be, you know, even proactive notification is hard, right? So smart speakers. So if you don't have display, if you said you want going left, right? You know it's going left, but then you can't see that it's going left. What if that person hit something, hit another barrier object on the screen, right? In the game thing, how's the state going to inform without me polling? So I don't want to be all the time saying something like I better mute Alexa, yeah? I'm not going to say something like, Alexa, where am I? Alexa, what am I doing? You know, Alexa, go left. Then if I hit something, Alexa, have I hit something? And you have to proactively ask, right? Because Alexa couldn't tell you until there's an interaction to sort of pull that across. So there's no way, if it's not web API, even with APL at the moment, right? APL can send events, so you can see on the screen, you touch the screen, it sends events back to you. You know there's an event happening, right? But how do you trigger an event based on a change in the data in your database? So, and Firebase got this interesting feature, right? Called you work on Firebase before. You do web development, right? W Jojo. So like, you know, there's a lot of yeah. So that's a question that we want to try to solve. So I was thinking, right? I don't know whether this is. It doesn't have to be Firebase. It could be what's it called? DynamoDB. But I don't think DynamoDB is as robust in terms of real-time database. Now, the cool stuff about Firebase is you can have just a JavaScript, right? And the JavaScript just subscribe and then give a callback to the Firebase. So upon change in the data, it can actually trigger back the call to your to actually do that callback back into the web. So you know what I was thinking? I think, right, the device, so for those of you people with smart speakers, with only smart speakers and not display device, they can either control the sprite blindly. This is a little bit funny. So you can say left, go right, but every time you say left or right, it checks the state, whether the sprite has hit something or whatever. And other people in the game, because it needs to be multiplayer, right? We're trying to do a multiplayer concept, so other people in the game can actually tell the person, can give message like go left, go right, tell Zulu to go left, tell Zulu to go right. And then when you're talking to the thing on smart speakers, you suddenly hear. So you're basically blind, but you're just hearing occasionally. Every time you interact, you suddenly hear people saying you to go left, go right, to go whatever, you know. Because it needs to be real time. Another way to solve this is, what if smart speakers people can join the game by going to a website and telling and then just entering a code on their website. So when they enter the code on the website, they'll be able to see then a display. Holy cow! That'll be epic, isn't it? So you can actually control without using a smart device. So you can just tell Alexa, right, on your device, like my tab. I don't know where my tab is. Where you can just press it and just say, go left, go right, and then you can see on that website, go left. So whenever you go in, there must be something. So you need to, the person going in. Oh, we can make it integration to Twitch chat just to test it out. It could be the Twitch, gamer proof concept or whatever. So you can type something like, so I have an overlay just like that, what we built so far, right? And then you can say join, right? When you say join, the game will send out a code. Will send out a code to you, so then you can then open your Alexa app and tell what the code is. So if the code is a 4-digit code, right? Let's say 4352, right? When you say the code, your Alexa then go and be linked. Huh? No, you don't need emulators. You don't need emulators. It's just a pure screen. Pure website. Let's do this. Maybe it's I sure it might be a bit more. We can get somewhere. Okay, so let's do this. So game allows for use of talk to the sprite to give voice commands. Okay. For those with smart speakers, yeah, web API is a bit different. It's a bit more dynamic. So for those with smart speakers, they can go to a website and join the game. So let's have like, hey, whoever is joining the chat. So let's say just you and me right now, right? So I'll build the Alexa part, and then you can then compile it on your side, right? And because you don't have web API access, it doesn't matter, because you can still pretend that you are on there. You are just using voice to actually activate it. So you just use Alexa for the voice, but you use your computer monitor for the website. You just go to Substack URL. Okay, then for those with smart displays, they can just use, they can see for those on their display, of course, the state of stuff. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay, let's build this thing. Okay, because this one will show us a lot of things, right? Will help us learn phases tree. So what we will learn, phaser tree. We will learn sprites. We will learn real-time states and notification. I think it's like a pub sub, right? You get notified whenever there's a change of thing. So let's do that. So let's save this. Before I do that, let me take a look at my skillful builder. Well, I haven't put in all the necessary controls for the debugging for this one, unfortunately. Now we did the space battle thing before. So we were working on space battle, which is the proof of concept, right? But let's start a different. So I have another project called space battle, and I think we sort of saw this the other day, right, when we were doing. So that's the one that we saw. In the previous, on I think Wednesday or something, I forgot when. Jeez, everything's so sluggish. I think my computer is really struggling with this, and it's so hot today. Is it hot in where you are, W Jojo? Where are you again? I keep on forgetting. I'm very bad with location, and I need to build a table of all the people and see where they are. So Chicago, it's in the 60s. What's 60s? What's that in Celsius? You're in centigrade, isn't it? We use Celsius, degrees Celsius. So I can't quite translate. Is it divided by 2? Oh, 30s, yeah. Oh, man, that is so hot. When I was living in Australia, in Melbourne, we go sometime up to 40. And it was just dry desert heat, it's like really stingy. So we have this thing before, space battle, and we made it work. So we were able to call the web API, and we were able to interact to it. Okay, so what we want to try to do now is to, okay, let's do this. So this was space battle. So space battle is basically space conquest, but I use it as a playground to try different technologies and stuff like that. But for this meta, I think I prefer to start again because, okay, just start because we want to keep it very clean. We just want to play around with one thing now. Okay, so let's do one thing. Simply, what we want to try to do is trying to have an overlay in Twitch where we have a character going in, and we can talk to the character, or I can talk to the character and the character can go in. And whenever a new person join into the Twitch, like you or whatever, 15, yeah, 15 is so low. That's too low, man. That's like chills for us here. It's so hot. It's so cool. But then your cold is like negative, isn't it? Our cold is like, if it's like 5 degrees and 6 degrees is cold. But then we're in London, yeah, people cannot stand like 15, 17 degrees. 18 degrees, they call it a heat wave. Back in Australia, it's 40 degrees is a heat wave. Yeah, anyway. So I came across this really cool stuff. So let's dive into, let's do phaser first. Okay? Let's do phaser. Let's do a simple phaser to just load something on the screen. Let's learn how to do that. because I think Phaser has a lot of good WebGL stuff, and I was learning a little bit about Phaser lately. So I came across this guy here. What's his name? Okay, yeah, that's fine. 23. Jeez. Negative 23. You can't go out like that. Would you like go out and then your wouldn't that means that your tongue will become ice cream? No. You stick out your tongue and it freeze? That is let me see now. Where's that guy? Tutorials. DG sensitive. I think it's that guy. It is this guy. Rex Rainbow. Yeah. Is it this guy? No. Yeah, but you see, they have all this. You can play this already. Flappy Birds. No, it's not that one. Jeez, where is it? Where is the? Is it Rex Rainbow? I think it's Rex Rainbow guy. No, this is super cool. So you know, I stumble upon this gold mine in Phaser 3. I only use so much. It has, and this is what we're gonna use, right? Because it already has a built-in integration with Firebase. So it has a way to actually use JSON data. Now, the thing is that the Phaser, right? You can actually run it serverless, headless, so to say. You decapitate basically the display, which is very interesting. And everything that it renders into a virtual DOM. So you can have a server, right, emulating as if there's a display, but it'll be your server, and you can use all these plugins to help you with. So for instance, there is this Firebase broadcast. It broadcasts real-time messages using Firebase database files, and I think you love this item table. You probably use a lot of item tables in your game. So item table like write data, and it can be 2D, 3D. So you can store data, right, using keys. A 1D table, a 2D table. And can even be a 3D table. I don't know how you store things in 3D, but you know, maybe if it's a space game and you want things to be in 3D, then you store objects in the 3D coordinate. So whenever you want to go to one place, anyway. But check this out, right? This guy, he was amazing. I think he's Chinese. You can have all the UIs. Right, so if you're using web API, right? Okay, with APL it's different. We do the. Oh, you know what I figured out? Basically about the APL, why you cannot load from the data source. Did you manage to do it? The APL animation, W Jojo? Oh, you did. Hey. What is this? What is that? It's in queue. Oh, refresh. Did to refresh again? What is this? Oh man, this is so cool. What is this using? Awesome. You know, if this is an Alexa game, go left. Alexa, go right. And it keeps going right. And Alexa, shoot. Alexa, go left, go right. You know what would be cool? If we have this kind of game, imagine this sprite, right, that you have going around the screen, right? And it represents each followers in the stream. So, hey, oh shit. Then it represents each followers in the stream. 41 frames per second. Oh no, it's that time. What code you use to run this? It's 40 frames per second. Swift? What? Do you use Swift programming? W Georgia? Yeah, my startup called Sniffer. It uses we develop iOS apps as well, and we have Swift running in the background. Like the backend is actually Swift. So we got a code for Swift and stuff. Anyway, that's because so that the front end developer for iOS can actually do stuff. So I have around, at one point in time, I got like 100 games out there in the App Store. On Google, and on Amazon. Amazon not so much, but on Google and on that, you know. Oh, that was in school, and it was using Swift. Or it's all your games. Do you? Oh, you do Unity as well? C#. That's a space run just now, right? Sorry, let me just turn off the my son's iPad. Just one sec. Okay, Google, stop. Just 1 second. Let me just come back. Alright, sorry, back. So this is a tab that I was talking about. JavaScript. Which one is using JavaScript? So yeah, that's cool. I can build some more. So this is a tab, right? So we can say something like, you don't have to say the word, the keyword, because you know when you say that sound, so you can say something like, Open survived the Gobi Desert. So Open survived the Gobi Desert. Open survived the Gobi Desert.
Welcome back to Survive the Gobi Desert. Do you want to pick up where you last left off?
Yes. Oh. No. So you can.
Welcome to Survive the Gobi Desert, a thrilling role-playing game.
So
You are the lone survivor of a plane crash somewhere in the Gobi Desert. The objective of the game is to survive until you are rescued without running out of food or dying. You can ask, what can I buy? To see what you can buy in this game. When you are ready, you can say begin to start the game.
Alexa, stop. So you can. Oh, I don't have to say Alexa. Sorry. Did I?
Say
Did
what can I buy to see what you can buy in this game, or say begin to start the game.
Exit. So it doesn't need a wake word. You use a press to actually talk to it, right? So I think yeah, I think it's good that we can use that. So for the testing, yeah, it has buttons on it, and you can the cool stuff is it's wireless. You don't need power on it, right? So you can bring it around outside and connect it to like a Wi-Fi modem or tether it to your phone, and it works. So we bring in the car for long drives and stuff like that, so it becomes a mobile Alexa as well, like Auto, but without screens. And you can set it also to use it the wake word. So you can say the wake word and then say something, but that'll be on like always listening mode. But right now I don't have that set up, so I turn it off. Yeah, so you appreciate then what this stuff. So with all this, like all the stuff that you need to do, like dialogue and stuff like that, it's easy. So I show you something very cool. So like menu and stuff like that. See. And it has code pen. You can do like that. So that's not too hard, and it has also a unit. But the one that's really cool is this, to build games, and you probably AD&D stuff might, like if you want a mini board. Four by 4 board, that's already there. Actually, I don't know how many. What was the shape of that? Pathfinder algorithms. Energy drain. This is pretty cool. So depends on, it already calculates for you, right? So this library already calculates for you. You see, you can't power this. Only 1, 2 is being powered, but there's not enough power. So I can connect this up together, and I'll power that guy here. Let's say this guy. And this guy can be powered because there's 2, but it won't power. Oh no, you can power that one. Okay, not enough power to power this one. So I think one energy bar powers 2 of this. So to go here, I need to link this up, and when I link it up, it can power that plus 1 more. There, and it stops. It's pretty cool, and it's all this is done by just. I guess most of the codes here that you see is just to render it, really, and you can just set it up here. There's a one config, just using an object, energy drain and the source, whatever. So yeah. Oh no, I think most of the JS is you'll see later. It will be easy. I don't know what's wrong with my mouse. It's so sluggish. I feel like throwing my mouse against the wall sometimes. That's because I'm a little bit tired at the moment. But anyway, I think I need a lot of hydrates because I haven't been drinking lots. I've been fasting, and Magic Mouse. Not Magic Mouse 2 though. Just the first Magic Mouse, not the Magic Mouse 2. I think don't need to use batteries, right? Whereas Magic Mouse 1 needs to use battery. Yeah. Okay, so what I need is a TypeScript boilerplate, which I found today, but not. Oh, You know what? It's just on my GitHub. That's why it's not there. That's right. One of these. Oh, have you seen this, Jojo? The what tree? What? The Magic Mouse tree. What does Magic Mouse tree do? What? There's Magic Mouse tree? Where is it? Wow. Lucky. I thought I'm a bit behind the Apple. I'm normally quite fast in trying to catch. I read Mac rumors and yeah. Maybe there was, yeah. There's this Spanish thing about the toolkit. So APL Phaser Rex notes. APL animation. No, it's not here. It's on my profile, I think. Yeah, people I follow. That guy. This guy is a genius. Holy crap, he's so good in games development. I think, games development requires a lot of thinking. It needs AI, it needs a lot of things. It's amazing. So I respect game developers. That's why I sort of want to be game developer myself. So what I need is one of these templates. So I have already template, but that was using DG. Just now you saw the DG something design, and I think it's missing some stuff. Whereas this one, I think if I start on the basis of using this, I will have a lot of options later on that I can actually do. So his template, he got an ES6 one as well, which is just pure JavaScript. But I think I'm going to use the TypeScript one. So where's the TypeScript starter? Oh, but then we deleted that. Hang on. He does 3D stuff as well, so you can do 3D object and stuff. And that's the one. He has a headless server that we possibly can try to use. Is this Gecko's IO. So it's a node server that runs, that you just run, and then on connect it just gets a message, and it actually is a phaser tree headless server. The cool stuff about it. And all the people that is behind, that's left behind, are just going to, oh no, you can do iServers as well. So it has this multiplayer game using Phaser IO. Yeah, so it's very interesting the way he does a multiplayer game with his IO. Where is his I think, let's see, Gecko's IO. Maybe I can do this. So Gecko's IO. I don't know, Gecko's I want. Phaser tree. Yep, that one.
Hi, in this video I want to show you the multiplayer example I built with Phaser. Just go to this URL. It's hosted on
Can you hear
Heroku
the YouTube?
on a free dyno. So sometimes it takes up to a minute to load. But that's completely normal. If you are then on this page, you can either play the game, debug the physics, or view the server stats. That's what I will do first. We see that no users are connected, no rooms are active, and the CPU is near to 0. So quick. Then up we go to the
This is just a side note, but I was thinking of a game where
So we have 4 options here. One level is made with
where you got
metaphysics,
people who got
and
displayed.
all
They are
3 made with,
the people who
arcade
can see,
physics.
and
So we
people without
first
display
play
are called blind people in the game.
one.
And
So
the
you see,
blind people has to be
as soon
helped
as I
by
click,
the people who can
there's a
see
room,
to go across the levels,
each room has its own phase
like to reach an endpoint.
It's
So the
the
non-blind people will be.
and of course a new player. So the goal in this
So it's a collaborative
is
game
to
rather
catch
than
the
a
orange
competition
star.
game.
Of course, it's very hard if you're alone.
See, like this
So
one, it's a
why not
collaboration
add,
game. So he'll drop in
second
another
player.
second player.
Yes, so we can play with our friends.
Then
And
they
move the
help
boxes
stack up things together,
in the
move the
middle.
boxes so that you can reach the stars.
All
So it's a
these
collaborative
to
game, right?
try and catch the star. Yes. So now
So
we
he has
see
that, and then he has this one is the one that I was thinking,
play.
the one with the physics.
And then we can see we have 0 rooms in a minute. In a
So
few seconds.
automatically,
Takes
once you reach
some
4
time to
people,
shut
it'll
down.
spill over. So that's why I don't know whether the
Because when
Space
you're
Conquest game,
logging
right?
in,
Whether we
you
want to
don't use
limit,
the room.
although it's massively
And no player
multiplayer.
is connected.
You know, I don't know whether
So
we
we
want
go
to
to
follow the
the
Counter Strike
arcade.
way. So the Counter Strike way, or when it's Counter Strike or PF, whatever, Fortnite way, whatever, where when it spawns the server and people play it, right, it can only connect up to like a certain number of people, like 64 people or something like that, and that universe then becomes only for that 64 people. Whereas and then when more people come in, another lot of 64 it gathers and plays like that. So there is a certain number, maximum number, in which the game, so it be optimized for that particular number of people. Although it's thousands and billions of people can be playing, but they're each in a separate set of 64 lots of 64 environments. So like this guy, so with this server is using WebSockets, and it can
Stop
take up
moving
to
for a
4
few
people.
seconds.
After 4 people, it will automatically spawns off another room, so to say.
If you reach the new level here, the goal, it's the star,
Okay.
you will then
This is when they reach the goal, right? So imagine if the people who cannot see, who have only tap devices or just say the voice, right? They can say, okay, move left or move right, and then the people who can see will move like items underneath, like a ladder or something like that. So the people will be just moving around. So it's not like a lemmings. Have you played lemmings before? Those little people, and then you have to connect things up so that the little people can reach from one end to the other end. But in this case, the little people that going around will be actually real player who have an Alexa device, who can just say left or right, and they're blind, they can't see the screen. So they can hear feedback though, what's happening. Show you lemmings. So that's lemmings. So you see, you got like 80 lemmings to reach to the end. So if they hit the end, they just go and then go back, and then they keep on going from the beginning to the. So you got tools at the bottom here that you can choose to use, and it requires points to actually use. See. Then you see there's this guy who's building up the ladder. So it'll be this version, right? It'll be like this, but with Alexa. So those people who cannot see, they'll be the lemmings. They'll be the one that just going around, going left or right. They can only go left or right, or you know, climb or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of super cool. Anyway, so something like that is lemmings that we were trying to do. So that guy is a genius. This guy who created this soft server thing, right? So Socket IO versus Gecko's IO versus PJS. What's this difference? Real-time multiplayer game with authoritative server. So they got this thing which is pretty interesting with this multiplayer game server, where you can have a message that is sent back, okay, to prevent latency. I think it needs to be less than 100 milliseconds or something. But when you're sending a message from the game server to Alexa devices or whatever, right? There is this mode called I think. Oh, this guy used tank. What is? Okay, this game uses that engine in the background. Do I kill that guy? Should I? Yeah. Oh no, don't shoot me. Oh. Oh my goodness. I need to up my frames, right? My frame rate is Can I elevate or? Yes. Oh man, this is cool. So this is using so you see here that you got like a lobby kind of thing. Yeah, you can use chat. Okay, so this is, it's quite smooth as well. I mean, just using socket, and remember I'm streaming as well, right? Run! Oh no, I'm dead. Yeah, and I'm streaming and everything. That is so awesome. Okay. For now, WebRTC is... I read somewhere that WebRTC is not allowed. I don't know whether I can confirm this. But we'll know for sure after a while, right? Anyway, if you can't, then we use... We might not need to use this. I mean, we might just need Firebase, right? I mean, we might not need to use WebRTC. I don't know. But anyway, so I think this guy is cool, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this template, the TypeScript one, which is this one. Let's try. Does he have something to try? Oh, there, try it. Okay. cool stuff. It has all these things on top, the overlays and stuff like that will be good for to use with Alexa. So maybe we can use this, and then let's say this thing is, let's have this thing right on the Twitch channel. Let's see whether it can be an overlay, right? And then we build an Alexa to control this ball. It might be floating in back or something like that, or when we said Alexa push, the ball will, you know, get pushed up, and then you can then install yours on your Alexa, right? Compile it, and then we can connect to the same server, and you'll spawn in, right? When you say join, you'll spawn in, and then I can spawn myself. So let's just do that. See whether that will work. So let's go. This is all running on GitHub, by the way. Super cool. Yeah, 60 frames per second. The issue is I'm broadcasting only at 30 frames per second because I'm trying to save some space. Okay, you go ahead. I'll just do some stuff. No problem, man. Hey, thanks for coming, man. I'll just keep on chugging. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Yep. I need really followers. I don't know how to get more followers. How many followers do I have at the moment? Voice stack bot. How many followers does Gold Zulu have? I have only 22 followers. So I need probably another 28 to reach affiliates, because then I can do some stuff like gold beats and emotes, and I don't know, there's some of the stuff that I want to try to do. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Alright, so what we're gonna do, okay, what this guy say? Let's fork this. I think we can just fork it. 7 release. That's pretty interesting. Download. Let's fork this. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go and this guy's a phaser guy, isn't it? So phaser tree. Okay. Git clone. Phaser project template. Okay, so let's move this to what should we call it? What do we call this thing? Okay, space Twitch or something. Let's do space Twitch. Okay, let's try to load up space Twitch. Yep. So maybe once we do this, and we can connect to Skillful Builder to actually, well, we have to do a fair bit of hooking the code, but Okay, so let's do that. What's the command to actually run this? Code splitting, yes, next, blah blah blah, phaser tree typings, git node, npm install. Oh, better for me to do that, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes you know if you don't use actually a def of one, that command for git, what I notice is some of these places where we tend to clone it, or tend to get it, it will time out because it's so complex. There's so many branches. It's so heavy. So let's do this page switch. Git clone. Oh. Okay. Phaser tree game. So move phaser tree game to. So what we're trying to do again, just to reiterate for some of the viewers there, there's a few components to our game. So the skillful builder part, the web API part, and also the I guess the Firebase persistent part, the server side part. So we need to have a little bit of proof of concept that we're trying to do right now, which is on the web API part of it. So we're going to use phaser tree for it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see whether we can control phaser tree using skillful builder. We can tell basically tell something on the screen by using voice commands. So we're going to just build a simple Twitch overlay where we can see the thing on the screen, and we're going to use Alexa to control what we see on the screen in real time. And then as viewers come into the thing, it'll spawn off new things, and each one of those viewers can be linked up to a sprite on the screen, and they can control it and move around. So if I want to try, so let's go. Okay, what did they want us to do? npm install. Let's install this. So while installing, I'll go back to Visual Studio Code. So Space Twitch. I'm not gonna get this one. This one is Space Battle. So let's clean up our skillful builder code a bit. So we noticed that when we're actually calling up skillful builder with the web API, it does not actually react on the first thing. So I have to chain it from start to like welcome before it can actually play for some reason. Okay. So this one is using, okay, and then there's that part of it. Okay, so I want to replace this with the one that's there, because I think this template for that web API is a lot better than the other template, because it does give me a lot of options that we can do in obfuscation and whatnot, and source map and live reload. That's pretty good. So let's go back to that one. npm. What do they have? npm. Oh, what's the script? There's no script? How does it work? Oh no, don't tell me it uses Yarn. Oh, it uses Webpack. How does it work? That's Webpack, okay. Change the game name in the Webpack in .js. All the game code lies inside script folder. All source need to be inside source assets folder in order to get copied to disk. While copying, do not change the name of index.html and game TS files. See, the good thing is you actually can make PWA as well and native apps. So I think that gives us a lot of yeah. We probably want to use we don't need the meta physics engine. I think we can use the arcade physics engine. I think this one uses arcade physics engine. Okay, npm start will do, I think. That's interesting because I don't see where. Okay, I just run npm start. I'll go on localhost. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is gonna make this a browser source of this stream. Space Twitch. Let's see whether this is working. Okay. Body background color RGBA of 0000. How do you make it transparent? Do you use chroma key on it? Oh, cool. So that's Webpack. Working hard. Mm-hmm. So that browser source goes in. Okay. So, well, can't control it, isn't it? You would have to control it by voice. So if we say touch, so it, I don't know how to do this. So it's okay. Trying to think. Let's see. Okay. Let's see whether we can. Okay, so wow, that took a while. All right. Cut file. Where are we? Twitch interactive overlay. Let's see now. All right, and where's game.ts scripts? We're on the scripts. Interesting. So import all the configs. All these are imported. Loader, physics. Very interesting way to do it. Maybe here will tell you. Gravity assets. Eat some junk food. I don't see where the transparency is coming from.